Hi guys, welcome to the Women and Career video series. If you're watching for the first time, please click the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get more videos. So we're back to our guest series in Singapore. Today we have a very interesting guest and very humble one for her accomplishments. She did get her BSc degree in Thailand, from where she got a master's in Minnesota and went on to get a doctorate degree from Harvard. She started her career by working for the World Bank, from where she moved on to work for the Bangkok Bank as a vice president, and then to real estate, where she was the CEO, taking that company to the Thailand Stock Exchange. After that, she had moved on to academia, where she's now a senior lecturer and academic director in one of the top business schools in Asia, the Nanyang Business School. We are pleased to present to you Dr. Siriwan Chutikamoltham. Welcome, Dr. Siri.
Thank you, Jane, for inviting me.
So, Dr. Siri, you are welcome. Welcome to today's session.
Thank you very much, Jane, for inviting me.
Yes.
As I said when you invited me, that in fact, I really am not a famous person.
No, you're trying to be humble now.
But you convinced me that I
Yeah.
probably can impart important tips from my own life experience to younger female generation, which convinced me, because I share your cause, that I feel that many girls need to be encouraged, perhaps more than boys, to charter into the world that we live in.
What inspires you?
Well, my first inspiration for having a career as an economist is really the role model of my father, who was an economist. So, in fact, this one is a very good parenting lesson, that parents are indeed the first role models in life for their children, boys or girls alike. And so everything that a parent does, a child is really watching. And the child will be judging whether he or she likes what he or she sees. And if the role model is something inspirational, that will plant the seed of inspiration in the child. So I think that the first thing that I would like to share is that parents play a very vital role in the life of a child.
Wow.
But then later, when I was in my teenage year, it was in the late 1970s, with a lot of turmoils around the world and in my country, Thailand, a lot of poverty and income disparity. And that's the second inspiration, that when I become an economist, I really want to solve world poverty.
Wow,
so that gave me a purpose in my studying in economics, and also a career goal, at least initially, to work for the cause of poverty reduction. So throughout my university and my graduate studies, I always thought of having a career in economic development. And I was fortunate to succeed, that after graduation from Harvard, my first job was an economist with the World Bank.
That is good. That is very inspirational.
So I think that one thing that I can share here is vital for a person to have a purpose in life, whatever that is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a career purpose. It doesn't have to be a financial purpose, but it has to be a purpose, what one wants to do with one's life, because a purpose is really a compass that will set your course.
Wow. Talking about the compass that will set your course, you have taken a non-linear career because you've been in different industries. And I know you would have acquired a lot of experiences from these industries. We want to tap into it. So now we're going to be asking you about tips.
Well, in retrospect, I think that I did have rather unusual career paths. I switched careers when I felt that it's not what I thought it would be, or my purpose in life at a certain time changes, then I will find a career that suits my interest and my lifestyle better. So I guess that one lesson perhaps that I can share is that although you have a purpose in life, don't be too fixed.
Don't be too fixed.
Yeah, you have to be somewhat flexible. And the purpose has to satisfy your own interest. It's not what the society say, it's not what other people say. For example, I walked away from lifetime employment 3 times. I walked away from excellent paid job several times. And a typical person would be reluctant to do so, particularly with the feedback from people surrounding him or her that that's a stupid thing to do. But when I realized that my interest is no longer there, or that job no longer fits my purpose, then I was not reluctant to leave. One example, I was an economist at the World Bank when I had my first child, and the traveling requirement on the job would not allow me to raise my daughter. And so then I quit.
So you took that decision to leave then?
Yes, I took the decision to leave because I could not imagine having a child and not being there most of the time. And consistent with taking the lifestyle or the career that would fit your lifestyle, it requires certain risk taking. For example, I had very good job, very good pay, but if that job did not satisfy what I wanted to do at a certain time in my life, and I did not want to take risks, then I would be stuck in that
the same job. Yeah.
Yes.
And that would be like a comfort zone, just be there.
Exactly. And I feel that life is an adventure. You need to change your course, just like when you take a trip. If the weather changes, if the conditions change, then you will have to make a decision to change a different route that would suit your purpose better. So I think that one thing that I can share is that life is a comprehensive, multifaceted thing, rather than just one narrow career track or one narrow lifestyle track. And the important part is how one blend everything together, which requires risk taking.
And I like that. I think the risk-taking part resonates with me because most of the things you've done, most of the viewers probably don't know, you had played classical piano for almost 16 years, to the point that you almost ended a master's degree in music. That requires a lot of also risk-taking, doing that and combining that with your, at that time or the point, your career, you're doing at that point, schooling or if you were working, but to still channel all this interest.
Well, you would be very surprised. I read somewhere some research that we human beings usually use very, very little part of our brain. I forgot exactly the number.
I think they said less than 10%.
Less than 10%, definitely. And so if you put in the effort and the discipline, you can do much, much more than you would imagine. And so that's another thing that in retrospect, I would like to share with the younger generation is think big.
Think big. I like that one too.
When I was growing up in Thailand, I always thought that I wanted to have education in the best university in the world. I want to see the world. I want to travel. I did not know how to at that time. But if you think big, and then keep on looking for ways to achieve
Achieve
your
your dreams,
purpose,
yeah.
yes, then you will be surprised as how much more you can really do.
Wow, I think, Professor Siri, you have said quite a lot. And I'm sure the young women listening will be quite inspired by what you've said.
Oh, thank you.
To think big alone, I think it will resonate with a lot of people.
Yes.
Because sometimes we limit ourselves. We are trying to shy away or shrink back for cultural purpose, environmental, family, whatever it is. And we don't want to dream that big because we don't know how we're going to achieve it.
In fact, when I think through the role of women and so on, I feel that women have much more luxury than men in certain aspects.
Interesting.
In developing countries, particularly when I was growing up, the older generation did not set very high expectation on their girls. And with that, girls are subject to less pressure to conform to a certain parental expectation. It gives girls more freedom to explore this and that. And so I think that that's another valuable thing that girl can take.
That's a good perspective.
The society
way.
does not set expectation
Some
that you
rigid
have to do A, B, C. And so then you really have the luxury of doing something that you really feel suitable for you, suit to your talent, suit for your interest. And I guess that one thing that we can draw out of this is never let the society tells you really what to do. You have to search within yourself what your real self is about and then pursue it. Because in the end, if you follow what the society, whether it's your parents, your teachers, your friends,
relatives,
whoever, or the culture tell you what to do, you can pretend it for a while, but you will always feel that inside you that is not right.
Yeah, you won't feel fulfilled at all.
Exactly. And as people nowadays say, YOLO, you only have one life to live, or you only live once.
You only live once.
So try it out. Do what make you feel alive. And I think that that's something that I can associate with. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been an interesting session. Really grateful to have you.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for watching. I hope it was an interesting session for you. So don't forget to like our video or subscribe to our video channel. And for those of you watching, we're going to put Dr. Siri's profile at the university which she teaches at. We'll put the link down on the banner so you can check out her profile. Thanks again for watching. Bye.